Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, me and my group mate would like to share about die casting, hot chamber and cold chamber process. Okay, first of all, the definition of die casting is a metal casting process that is characterized by forcing molten metal under high pressure into a mold cavity. The mold cavity is created using two hardened tool steel dies which have been machined into shape and work similarly to injection mold during the process. Most die casting are made from non-ferrous metals, specifically zinc, copper, aluminium, magnesium, lead paper and tin-based alloy. Depending on the type of metal being cast, a hot or cold chamber machine is used. Okay, move to the next topic. There are two basic types of die casting machine, which is hot chamber machine and cold chamber machines. Hot chamber die casting. Hot chamber die casting, also known as Kusanite machines, rely upon a pool of molten metal to feed the die. At the beginning of the cycle, the piston of the machine is retracted, which allows the molten metal to fill the gooseneck. Okay. Cold chamber die casting. These are used when the casting alloy cannot be used in hot chamber machines. These include aluminium, zinc alloys with a large composition of aluminium, magnesium and copper. The process for this machine starts with melting the metal in a separate furnace. Then a precise amount molten metal is transported to the cold chamber machine, where it is fed into an unheated shot chamber or injection cylinder. This shot is then driven into the die by a hydraulic or mechanical piston.
So today I want to explain about the parts in hot and cold chamber die cast machine and difference between them. So as we can see at the top figure here is a hot chamber die casting machine, while the bottom one is a cold chamber die casting machine. So in hot chamber machines, it has gas or oil accumulator, it has piston here, short sleeve, platen and toggle clamp, and also die which hold the molten metal here. While for the cold chamber die casting machine, it has gas or oil accumulator, piston, molten metal as we put in here around the gooseneck, and nozzle, platen, die and toggle clamp. So the only difference between both of these machines are in this region between both of these.
The advantages of die casting process. First, excellent dimensional accuracy. Second, smooth cast surface. Third, the thinner walls can be cast as compared to sand and permanent mold casting. Fourth, reduce or eliminate secondary machining operation. Fifth, rapid production rates. And sixth, the casting of low fluidity metals. Okay, now we go to the disadvantage of die casting process. The main disadvantage to die casting process is very high capital cost. Both the casting equipment required and the dies and related components are very costly as compared to most other casting process. Therefore, to make die casting an economic process, a large production volume is needed. Other than that, the disadvantage of die casting process are the process is limited to high fluidity metals and casting weight must be between 30 grams and 10 kilograms. In the standard die casting process, the final casting will have a small amount of porosity. This prevents any heat treating or welding because the heat causes the gas in the pores to expand, which causes micro crack inside the part and exfoliation of the surface. However, some companies have found ways to reducing the porosity of the part, allowing limited welding and heat treating. Thus, a related disadvantage of die casting is that it is only for parts in which softness is acceptable. Parts needing hardening, through hardening or cast hardening, and tempering are not cast in dies.
Okay, we move to the next point, which is about the example of die casting product.